Hi, welcome, beautiful, beloved souls. I just want to say thank you for the view. Thank you for being here. My name is Jem, and you know all about me by now. And I really appreciate you being here. I really do. And I have done another channeling. Now, before I get into the channeling, I'm just going to show you the difference between my writing. So you can see up here where I say, I want to know what is under the Vatican. That's my writing, normal writing. This is channeled. All right. For those of you who don't know, channeling is like having antenna and picking up a broadcast. I liken it to listening to a station, like a radio station that's not quite completely on the station, that you have to turn the dial. So it's like there's a voice speaking to me. The voice is not female, it's not male, it's neutral tones. And just in case you think, oh, this is a mental illness, the voice never tells me what to do. It's not negative in any way, it's not damaging. And I can channel, like just talk and channel. So if you're in a room, I can channel, or I can channel sometimes through drawings, sometimes through dreams. Often, especially when working with clients, when they've sent me questions, I'll respond through automatic writing. But when I use automatic writing, I always set an intent and say, spirits of love and light, give me the truth and protect me as I write. Now, channeling is completely different to remote viewing. Channeling is like letting, for the want of a better word, something in. Remote viewing is where, under very strict guidelines, you are given a target that you know nothing about. Whereas in channeling, you specifically are asking a specific question, or you want to know information about a specific topic, whatever it may be. And on this channel before, I've uploaded other channeling where I channeled about Trump, I channeled about Elon Musk. I was one of the first to channel about 3i Atlas. And the other day I've done 2 channelings now about the moon. And I just want to quickly tell you, the first time I channeled about the moon, I didn't know that, there was what's happening at present, that there was a present lunar. I was talking about the time when I was a child and the Apollo missions, blah, blah, blah. And that channeling said we had never been to the moon. It was all deception. And so the present astronauts are in the Orion capsule, I think it's called. And I channeled that the other day. And again, we are being deceived. All right. And I've also channeled about Antarctica. So you'll find on my channel lots of channelings, a play on words. Just a bit earlier today, which is for us in Australia, It's Monday, the 6th of April. It's just gone right now 6:45 p.m. So I've channeled here quite a few pages, so please stay with me. So that's my writing up the top, and all this here is channeled information. So I said, I want to know what is under the Vatican. Answer, welcome gem. My channelings always start with welcome. Welcome gem. Popes who are under what are caverns and tunnels. There is in one part an area where treasures from ancient historical sites are kept. Libraries of dusty books of hidden knowledge, and in those rooms it is well lit and rich tapestries line walls. However, under the Vatican you can find other rooms where there's occult symbolism is everywhere. In these rooms there are altars and one table made of ancient oak where they put sacrificial bodies of both animals such as goats, chickens, and humans. The floor has like depressions or moat structures where blood is carried to the statue of Baal on gold altars. This section is deeper level than where the libraries are. Libraries stretch for kilometers. There is a stairwell hidden to the working priests who are in charge of looking after some of the riches the Vatican has accumulated. If you go down another level, there the Pope, the Black Pope, with 13 high-ranking priests, perform black magical rituals. Sometimes certain elites will go to this ritual if they need an action to affect the world. Also, at the bottom level are lots of artificial life like little computerized robots who are trained to absorb ritualistic learning. Another part of AI is to protect psychic intrusions. For example, they have developed a barrier that stops remote viewers from penetrating into see every detail. The reason you are given information is by being channeled, although every intuitive insight is seen as a threat. As well as the main sacrificial room, there are other rooms where cage victims are kept. This part is soundproof, and the caged occupants come from another tunnel outside the Vatican buildings. The cages are never empty. Sadly, some are children who are trafficked or missing or bought of desperate single mothers, as well as priests of Baal. There is reptilians who also live in this part. So, under where treasures and piles of gold and richly tapestried libraries, is this cavern, which has many rooms and passages. It is accessed one end via tunnel network and the other by a circular stairs where rituals are performed. So I asked, does the white popes know? We will let this secret be known. This is the answer. The last good pope was murdered in the 60s by a satanic overthrow. There were world leaders involved. When that pope died, a ritual followed and black popes were elected. These black popes are the ones who puppet master the white pope. On the surface, the white pope, bishops, cardinals pretend to follow Catholic traditions. White pope is a figurehead and is not involved in the worship, sacrifice, and rituals. Black pope is the one with power, knowledge of occult and historic practices. Children are innocent and seen as pure. Most sacrifices are animals unless there needs to be a curse or dark spell that the elites demand. So I asked, why are there reptilians? Royal bloodlines are hidden underneath because they cannot pass as humans. Also, Baal is a reptilian. So I said, can you describe the Baal altar room? It is a statue of pure gold, surrounded by many black candles. There is a deep red satin curtain and gold incense holders. The candle holders are gold. There is a chalice, a silver cup with rubies, diamonds, and other gems. This is an ancient object which sacrificial blood is drunken from. Above Baal is a hexagram pointed star used in satanic rituals. There is a knife and a sword. The knife has bejeweled handle. There is also objects on 6 surrounding marble columns, items used for summoning lesser and greater demonic spirits. At the door is smaller statues lined up at each side. The floor is concrete, although in other sections carpet. The lights are only on when necessary. Lights in corridor. Also in the main sacrifice room is a fire, which is lit during ceremonies. There is also kitchens where there are enslaved humans who feed the caged captives and prepare feasts after a ceremony has ended. So, in summary, on top is the priests' sleeping chambers, offices, church, kitchens, and dining rooms, the common libraries, and some artifacts. Then under this is more rooms, libraries, and where the bulk of acquired wealth hidden behind one library wall, a door which leads to a spiral staircase which goes deeper into the earth, where the altar to Baal is kept, and the other things we described. Takeaway: Black Pope controls world events, and through sacrifices and occult magic. There is also debauchery and perversion that is needed for Baal's pleasure. We say it will be until humanity ascends. We will send protection as you share channeling. Tell any human who wants to see into secret places that AI has been trained to recognize the frequencies of intuitive people. So set a boundary of sovereignty and invoke the source. We ask, be careful, and with that, love to all. Okay. Before I finish, I need to qualify something. Channeling is not 100% accurate. Remote viewing at best is 65% accurate, and that's under strict protocols. Now, the reason why humans can't achieve 100% accuracy is two things. The first, we filter. So the information might come in and we are second guessing what it says, because sometimes the information might be so outlandish. For example, in the past, when I've done readings for clients, I'll get a name. Now, the client has not given me any information. I don't ask for information. I don't do cold readings. I don't do hot readings. I go in blind and I'll get information. And for example, I'll get a name. Let's say it's Ellen. And because it's so specific to that client, although I don't know if that's Ellen, if they even know an Ellen, I'll start second guessing and I might end up with Elaine instead of trusting my gut. The other reason why we are not accurate is because of bias. This bias comes from culture, our belief system, our own knowledge, what we've been exposed to, and trauma. So I want you to treat what I just said like entertainment purposes, because I am not claiming that what came through is accurate. Always question everything. Question me. When I do channeling, question me. Do not, because you are one of my loyal subscribers or because you watch every video, think that what I've channeled is 100% true. It is filtered through Gem's lens. But basically, it's saying that there is black popes and that the god that is worshipped is Baal, and there are sacrifices, debauchery, and perversion. You can take that as entertainment purposes, fiction, or perhaps a little smidgen of the truth. I'm not claiming accuracy at all, and I will never do that. I think that is being ingenuous, inauthentic. People who claim to be accurate, question, be skeptical. Even be skeptical of people who only claim 65% accuracy. Always stay curious and question. Please, if you're going to drop a comment, can you do so respectfully? Now, you won't see me for a couple of days. This is why I tried uploading a few videos for your entertainment. The reason being is that my day gets lost, especially when there's two favorite shows on, but they're not going to be on forever. I think I've only got another couple of weeks and they're both done. All right. I hope you had a wonderful Easter. Please be kind to each other. Take care of yourselves. Love, light, and blessing. And in the comment, do you think that there is a black pope and that there is satanic worship going on? I'd love to know if you are intuitive and what you have found out about the Vatican. And again, look at my other channel. Look at my channel for other channelings I have done. I was one of the first to discuss Free Eye Atlas and one of the first to say about Trump was being destructive. That's his purpose. All right. Love, light, and blessings. Have a good night. Bye.